I said I'm not paying. You didn't take me anywhere. You dropped me off the same place. You picked me up. He gets out. He follows me into the hotel and calls the police. I'm not even kidding. You know the story. Why are you acting surprised?
Wait, I don't remember this part of the story. No,
Okay.
I only know the main part. Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to our carcast.
Yeah, welcome back. Carcast is basically like a podcast, but in a car where you can enjoy whatever we're driving through and listen to us talk about whatever we're talking about. This is the only carcast in the world, hosted by Barry and Sanat.
That is big facts. And you might notice we're in a different place. This does not look like Los Angeles. It's true, we are not in Los Angeles. We're in Sequoia National Park. What is that? You've probably never heard of it. Like, we have never heard of this park before.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually connected with another national park, Kings Canyon. Some fun things that you can find here is the world's largest tree. Not the widest, not the tallest, but largest in volume.
Yeah, gotta be specific there.
Yeah, like they really emphasized it.
We're big on national parks. We actually have this scratch-off sort of poster in our apartment where
you like scratch off of a quarter whenever you visit a national park. So it's kind of like a checklist poster. You just scratch off the national park and then it reveals it in like a pretty color. It's actually really nice. We need to check off these national parks because there's a lot. There's over 50.
Yeah, I think over 60 actually.
Honestly,
and
yeah.
there's a ton in California.
A ton in California. But what's really interesting about national parks is, so I grew up in upstate New York and I was thinking about how like I never really went to national parks growing up. Like I went to like Grand Canyon on like family road trips and whatnot, but like nothing in the Northeast. And there's really nothing there. There's just, in Maine, there's a national park there, but there's nothing in all of New York. And majority of the Northeast. It's like all of the theme parks are like in the Midwest and the West Coast.
The theme parks?
These are theme parks. No, the national parks.
I like them more than theme parks, not gonna lie. Not really much of an amusement park guy. Oh, here we got a view coming up.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, there's really nice views here. Our favorite national park, I would say, was
Zion National Park?
Yes!
Okay, I thought I was wrong.
No. Zion National Park was such a pleasant surprise. Another park that I never really heard of growing up. And then I feel like in the beginning of 2020, I just started hearing so much about it.
Yeah.
Like I was seeing it everywhere. And I was like, we should go. Yeah, it was a hot spot.
It got famous because of Angel's Landing. That's the
Angel's Landing.
That hike where you have to basically cross on this very narrow strip of land.
Like rocks.
And it's like a 4,000 foot, or I don't know how, there's really steep elevation drop on both sides.
I think it was like a 2,000 or 1,000 foot drop.
Okay.
Like directly down from this like very, very narrow rock passing.
And you got to hold on to a chain.
Yeah.
That's like attached to the trail for a good portion of it, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, and there's actually one portion. I think the most narrow part is only like a foot and a half or 2 feet, something along those lines. So like you can't fall. That was a really cool hike. I highly recommend. Look up Angel's Landing.
Yeah,
we also have another really cool hike, a very unique one, which honestly I would call a walk. You're not really gaining elevation, but like it's fine.
It's called the Narrows, right?
Yeah, the Narrows.
You walk through water for that one. I thought that was super fun. Honestly, I enjoyed that more than the Angel's Landing because it was just so unique.
Yeah.
You're just walking through water. You're basically in between these giant little, you're in like basically a canyon or a valley.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
The thing is, we weren't ready for that. We bought like waterproof socks.
Yeah, we basically just walked on socks.
Yeah, we literally walked with our regular like running shoes. We walked about maybe a mile and a half or 2 miles in, and then we were like, all right, we gotta turn around. Our feet are cold. I think it went as deep. Okay, you have a cucumber. Where did you like pull out of your pocket? Is this sanitary? Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta stay hydrated.
It's 6:30. Been a long day, a lot of driving.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
And we haven't had dinner yet. So I got a little appetizer here.
Like we said in our previous episode, we just somehow drive a lot in a singular day. We don't know why. We don't plan for it. It just happened. The interesting about the...
We planned for it today.
No, we didn't though. No, we didn't. So we left in the morning. We knew the national park, the entrance was 3.5 hours away. We knew this. But then once you actually got into the park, it was another hour to the trailhead that we wanted to do. And we're like, dang, we didn't think of this. And then we got an Airbnb that is like 40 minutes from the park entrance. Again, no, it's like an hour and 40 minutes from
That's true.
where
We kind of
were.
played ourselves there.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. How is it? Cucumber.
It's good.
Underrated snack. I'd say it's one of the most underrated vegetables. Top 5 vegetables. Let's go.
Oh, wait. Number 5. Let's go with something basic, like a bell pepper.
For those of you who don't know, that was a terrible impression of this guy on TikTok. This kid on TikTok.
I love this guy.
He goes, he just ranks things. That's honest. What I love about TikToks is you can just do the dumbest stuff, and it's so entertaining. This guy just
Like,
ranks
yells at the screen.
top 5 things.
He has so much energy. He's just like, top 5 vegetables. Let's go. Number 5, bell peppers. A classic. It can be in so many different dishes. It tastes
Not
good
sweet.
raw.
You're talking about bell peppers, not sweet peppers.
No, yeah, like sweet bell peppers, like mini bell peppers.
Is that the same thing? Bell peppers and sweet peppers?
Yeah, they're like the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
one's
all right.
big, one's mini, but
Okay.
they're the same. I think they taste really good, raw, cooked. It's a good thing.
I'd agree with you if you're talking about the sweet ones.
Yes,
The ones that you can eat raw, like
Yeah.
like the real, like the big peppers.
Yeah, you can eat those raw.
But it's
they're
not
the same.
sweet. It doesn't.
No, they're the
Are
same.
you sure?
Yeah, they're the
All
same.
right, all right.
Okay.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Combined list. Okay.
Yeah, combined list.
Number 4, I'd say. I'm gonna go ahead and throw spinach in there.
Okay, I don't agree there, but that's okay.
Well, you don't like spinach?
It's not top 5.
Oh, come on. We eat spinach so much, it has to be top 5.
That's true, but it's not top 5 still.
You gotta think about how it's like so consistently like decent, and it's nutritious. It's like one of those power vegetables.
Okay.
All right, number 3. Here we go. What's number 3?
Number 3. I'm gonna go ahead and say asparagus. Asparagus is a fantastic vegetable. It tastes like so good. Like you cook it in olive
Asparagus,
oil,
not bad.
salt and pepper,
Not
lemon
bad.
pepper, Parmesan, like just like the classics, and it tastes so good.
That's not bad.
I love asparagus.
All right, number
2.
Number 2. Cucumber. It gotta be cucumber. I mean, cucumber is.
Yeah.
It actually tastes good. How many
Cucumbers taste so good.
How many vegetables can you actually say where it actually tastes good? No, people eat vegetables because it's nutritious,
That's so true. That's
not
so
because they
true.
taste good.
That's so true.
You want this?
A little bit more. Yeah, I need to think about number 1. What do you guys think number 1 is going to be?
The thing about this game is you're supposed to have the list planned. The number 1 should have been like the first
Listen.
one to come to your mind.
Listen, improv.
All
We're
right.
going the flow. We're seeing what happens, okay?
I feel like we.
Number 1 is going to be random. Oh, wait, I have number 1. Number 1 vegetable in the
Wait,
world.
can I guess? Can I guess? Let's say it on 3.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Corn!
Cauliflower. Oh, my bad. Corn, really?
Cauliflower?
Corn? Cauliflower's awesome, especially now with these new trendy recipes where you got like buffalo cauliflower crisps.
Bro.
Like that stuff is good. Almost tastes
Sweet
like
corn?
chicken.
Sweet corn?
Corn's good.
Chef's
I
kiss.
should have put corn in front of spinach. You know, another game I like to play is Would You Rather Live Here or Here? We've done this a couple times. We haven't done it in a while though. So let's kick it off. I'll start.
That is a fun game.
Would you rather live in Tokyo or Sao Paulo?
Tokyo.
Why?
I really like the idea of Japan's public transportation system.
Okay.
It's like they have a bullet train, like city-like, and there's still like a countryside. I'd rather be there.
All right.
Would you rather live in Barcelona or Istanbul?
Oh my God. Don't get me started on Istanbul. I'd have to pick Barcelona because I'm scarred by Istanbul.
Why are you scarred by Istanbul?
So here's a story. In college, I had this abroad trip to go to Cannes, the Cannes Film Festival in France. But on my trip there, I had a layover in Istanbul. Now this layover was 18 hours long, something really super long.
Like an overnight layover.
Yeah, I had a hotel and everything. So I actually got to spend time in the city, and I was super excited because I was like, oh. When I got to the hotel, I thought, man, what an awesome experience. I got to really see the trip, and this was a great memory that I'll never forget. But by the time I was before I went to bed, I realized I screwed up really bad. So that's the kind of the end of the story. The beginning, I'll try to be quick about this, but basically I land in the airport. Things are a little sketchy already because the weirdest thing happened. This guy who's not dressed in any uniform, he says, "Hey, you got to get out of the line." As I'm in the customs line where before I get cleared out to go to the city, he comes up to me and is like, "Hey, come here. We need to check you out." And he doesn't have any uniform. I'm very confused. I'm like, "No, I'm in line. I'm not gonna believe you." And he's like insisting. He's like, "No, we have a random security, and you need to come."
No uniform?
Yeah, no uniform. He had no name tag or anything. I was like, "Can I see some ID?" And he was like, "Don't ask me questions." He was basically giving me some attitude.
Ooh.
So I thought he was like some sort of scammer.
That's a little
What
sus.
ends up happening, he leaves for a minute, comes back with a manager, and the manager had the ID and says, "Hey, you need to come for security." So I don't know why this guy didn't have his uniform.
I feel like that's a normal thing to ask.
Yeah.
Like, who are you?
And then for about an hour, I was stuck at the airport getting checked out for this random security clearance. They looked through my phone. They like opened up Facebook on my phone and like did some major stuff. They opened up my suitcase, asked me all this random stuff. I was a little scared because this is the first time, by the way, that I'm traveling alone outside the country. I think I was like 19, 20 or something. And I was off to a rocky start, but I was like, okay, I got through that. I was like, okay, things are I'm already starting off with a nice, fun experience. I get to like the shuttle that's gonna take me to the hotel. The shuttle, he also seemed like a scammer for some reason. It was supposed to be a free shuttle, and he asked like if I could like offer extra money, and I was just very confused. I thought maybe was this a tip or something, so I gave him a tip, but I felt like I was getting scammed here. It was kind of sketchy. Okay, and then I get to the hotel. Things are settling down. I'm trying to go out for the night to see the Blue Mosque, and I'm trying to figure out how to get there. There's no Uber in Istanbul, at least at this time. But there was like this Turkish equivalent called BitTaxi. I think it was called BitTaxi or something like that. So I download this app, and it works where you prepay your trip. So I put in that I'm going to the Blue Mosque and I prepay. So I get in the car, we start driving, and then he says like, by the way, this will be like, $30 or whatever the equivalent was in Turkish lira. And I was like, no, I already prepaid in the app. And he's like, no, that's not how it works. So I'm like, this guy's trying to scam me too? So I said, no, just turn around, drop me off. Because at this point I was spooked out. We turn around and we get back to the hotel. I leave and he says, you still owe me $5 for this trip because you started the taxi meter. I said, I'm not paying. You didn't take me anywhere. You dropped me off the same place. You picked me up. He gets out. He follows me into the hotel and calls the police. I'm not even kidding. He calls the police. You know the story. Why are you acting surprised?
Wait, I don't remember this part of the story. No, okay. I only know the main part.
Okay. Well, yeah, he calls the police on me. So they have the Turkish police, and they got here in like 2 minutes, suspiciously, super fast. They basically tell me like, you need to pay this guy legally. He took a trip. I don't want to get in trouble. So I pay him. It was $5, so it wasn't a huge deal, but it was more about the integrity of all. I didn't want to leave getting scammed, and I feel like I did at this point already. But at least it was just $5. The hotel receptionist ended up calling me like a private Uber to take me to the Blue Mosque, and so that's how I got there.
Okay.
I got to the Blue Mosque. It's awesome. I prayed there. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Ramadan Mubarak, by the way, to all the Muslims out there. I think we're gonna drop this on during Ramadan.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is where things get a little spicy.
A little spicy.
After the Blue Mosque, I'm hungry. I go for some dinner at some local like food stand, and I'm in line, and this guy comes up to me in a nice blazer. He's in a very bright red blazer, but he looks well put together. He starts talking to me in English. And he says like, where are you from? He starts chatting me up a little bit, and I'm like, okay, let's make a friend. So we start talking. He actually ends up buying me my sandwich from the stand, he eats with me. We both eat our little sandwich wraps together. He asks me where I'm going, everything. We kick things off. And he says, hey, let's, the night's still young. We got some time. Let me show you the good parts of Turkey. Why not?
Yeah, you gotta go with the locals sometimes.
Yeah, I thought he was some local guy. He's gonna show me around. He says he's gonna show me the nice part of Istanbul. We get into a taxi. He pays for the taxi. We end up, it was just a short ride. We end up on another side of town. Now we're here, and honestly, it looks nice. I don't know where he took me, but there was a lot of lights. It looked popping. He ends up saying, he's like, oh, I have this really nice place that I know. Let me take you there. We end up in this, just like a small room where there's like a lot of booths, and there's like a dance floor, I guess.
Like a dance club.
Yeah, but it's like super small, and nobody's dancing at this point, but there's some music. And it's almost empty, to be honest. We're just like, there's like a few other people there. We get in, all of a sudden some Eastern European girls come out of the back, and then they start dancing. I don't know where I am. I'm very confused at this point.
Ooh.
And then he invites two of these girls to come sit next to us in this booth. Yeah, I can barely speak English. So I can't even have like a real conversation what's going on at this point. We talked for maybe like 20-30 minutes, and at this point I'm kind of spooked out. The bill comes because we had some like some appetizers like carrots, and I don't know, it was a random appetizer like cheese, carrots. I just had some pineapple juice. They had some drinks. I wasn't sure if they were alcoholic or not, but the bill comes, and I read the check, and it's like, I'm gonna butcher the numbers here, but I think it said 80,000 lira.
Yeah.
Turkish lira. The guy, my friend, my new friend, he says, let's cover the check here. Let's split it half. I said okay. I try to do the conversion in my head, because at this point I knew, like, I thought 8,000 Turkish lira equaled $10, so that 80,000 meant it was going to be like $80. So I was like, okay, $80. I was like, man, we didn't even get anything. I'm getting ripped off here. I was like, man, I'm getting
For
scammed
pineapple
again.
juice and cheese.
So I said, okay, $80. Well, what can I do? I didn't have any cash, but they said no, we don't take card. We need cash. There's an ATM nearby. So this big bouncer follows me off to the ATM nearby, and I'm like, why do I need this bouncer to follow me off? Like, they don't trust me. I guess they didn't trust me.
No, they did not.
So I go to this ATM outside. I try to withdraw what I think is $80, and it caps me out. Basically, it says like the maximum I can withdraw, I think, was like equivalent to like $40. And I was like, this is really weird. And I had no other way of getting money at this point. So I go back. I tell my friend, like, I don't know why I can't withdraw any more than what I think is $40. But I have $40.
We're
I don't
a
know what
college
we can
student
do.
right now.
Yeah, and he knows I'm young. He knows I'm in college. He was super chill about it. He's like, oh, don't worry about it, man. I'll cover you. Just pay what you can. I got the rest, and I'll even call you a taxi home.
Yeah.
So man, I was like, man, this was great. I made a friend. They gave me their phone numbers too. I was, all right, I'm gonna be in touch. I got a free taxi home. And this is at where I started with, where I thought I had a great night. Before bed, I like to just check my bank account before bed sometimes, and I check my bank account. I didn't withdraw $40. I withdrew $600. So I just lost $600 for a few carrots and pineapple juice and some cheese. So man, I was like, wow, okay, I got schemed. I mean, it wasn't even the crazy part was I didn't even know, because I just did the math wrong. I couldn't convert it right.
The craziest thing is, like, when Barry told me this, like, he told me like later on when he was in his hotel room.
Yeah.
And I think it was like late in New York at the time. I was like, dang, you're still up? But then, like, so I'm like, oh my God, like, I got really worried. I was like, oh my God, like, are you in trouble? And I Googled it, and there's like a whole Reddit thread about this well-groomed guy who tricks you into like going to this place and like scams you with a bunch of money for like almost nothing. It's like a whole thing. It's like a well-known scam in Turkey. And I was like, oh my God, you got hit with this thing. And it's like crazy. Like, you can look it up. There's like so many different Reddit threads about different scams that occur in Turkey and all these crazy things, like the taxi one where they just kind of tell you need to pay more, or they just drive in circles. That's common.
I fell into the classic trap. And some of those threads were scary, man.
Yeah, some are really scary.
Some said that if you don't end up paying for the bill, they'll take you to like a back room and like threaten to beat you.
Yeah.
And like just like hurt you to get the money. I'm like, man, okay, at least I dodged that bullet.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird because he was so like nice. He was just like, "Oh, I'll call you a cab home."
This guy
He's
was
like,
so happy.
"Yeah, I'm gonna call you a cab because I just made some money." Honestly, now that I think about it, maybe that's like his like dance club or his
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh yeah, it was all set up for
It
sure.
probably
It all
probably
set
was
up.
his place, and he's just like, "I'm not paying anything here." Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Lesson
Kinda
learned.
crazy.
That's what I like to call LE. I get that from my dad. Life
Yes.
experience.
Life experience right there.
Traveling alone.
I also had similar experience in Istanbul where I was with one of my friends, just two gals. And when we took a taxi, it was just a regular taxi from the airport. And the guy didn't speak any English, but he kept like saying just random phrases to me and my friend, and we were getting really creeped out. He would just like stare at us through his mirror. I was like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen here? He's really creeping me out. And then we end up like on a ferry, like the car goes onto a ferry and we're like going across the river to the main center of Istanbul. And I'm like, this is random. I've never been in a situation. And he was like trying to explain to us what was happening, but I didn't understand. I was already creeped out by this man who just would not stop smiling. He was just like this,
Oh my god.
sucker? And I'm like, what? And like he just saying phrases and like I don't know.
Just random
Like random like
words?
English
Okay.
words that he knew. He just like, sucker,
Wow.
girls? And I'm like, what?
my
Anyways,
God.
so then when we're at the ferry place, he's like basically like shoving us out. Like he's like, you guys have to get out of the car. You can't stay in the car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. We get out of the car. I'm like really sketchy. I'm like just staring at my friend. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then he just like starts like pushing us, like using his hands, like pushes my butt. And I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like looking
Oh
at him like,
my God.
what are you doing? I'm like, what is going on?
Yikes.
And
I didn't
then
hear about this story before.
no, I definitely told you the story.
Oh my god.
And then when we finally are off the ferry, now in the city center, I'm like, so I downloaded all these offline maps on Google. I was ready just in case I ever got lost. So I'm like looking at my phone because I'm really sketched out by this dude. He drives in a circle 4 times, and this guy doesn't speak English. And I'm just like, oh my god, like he keeps passing our hotel on purpose.
Wow.
Just to like make the rate higher. I don't even know how I got it. I just was like, let me out. I'm like pointing out. We're just
Oh
gonna
my
walk. Like, let me out. And then he's like, and then he gets angry and he's like,
Oh my god.
and I'm like, you're driving in circles. But that was just a method of getting us to pay a lot more money. This very creepy man. So yeah, that's the story of Turkey. It's a beautiful country. Just be careful of some of the
Yeah.
scams.
I gotta,
Amazing food, like.
I gotta pick Barcelona then.
Yeah. This all started from this game that we were playing.
Yeah, Sequoia National Park. Still driving through. There's a lot of driving.
Yeah, so you can see the
Look at
beauty,
that.
and then it's almost sunset,
Look at that
so
beauty.
it's pretty good vibes right now.
Yeah.
And today I don't have coffee because it's 7 p.m., but I have water. Staying hydrated. I actually think I'm super dehydrated today.
Same. My head feels a little bit lightheaded, not gonna lie.
Yeah, we gained a lot of elevation. I think we were at 8,000.
Yeah, something like that. 8,000 feet.
Yeah, I don't think we were very hydrated, to be frank. So now we're dealing with the consequences.
Yeah. Can't tell if I'm just dehydrated or hungry because
Yeah, I'm
I'm
pretty
thinking about
hungry.
some burritos right now.
Yeah, thinking about some burritos. Hope we can get some good burritos. And where is the Airbnb located?
I don't even know the city. I think it's called Exeter.
Oh yeah. That's
Exeter,
the one.
California.
That's the one. Hoping to find some good burritos there.
We will we'll close things off for now. I'm getting a little too hungry to think about. Honestly, I'm just getting too hungry to talk at this point. So.
yeah, I'm getting a little hangry.
Are you angry?
I think as I became older and wiser, I've learned how to control my hanger better.
That's good.
My hanger used to be really bad, and like when I was 18.
Yeah.
I'd say I've grown. Now I know how to manage it. It's like a form of anger management, but hanger management. I am internally very hangry, but
Okay.
externally I'm managing it.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right, well that'll end soon. Thanks for joining everyone
Yeah.
for another episode of our
Hope
carcast.
you enjoyed nature.
Yeah.
Go outside.
We'll probably be back in LA
Yes.
for the next one.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace out.
Bye.